Hey guys, it's Paul. I'm going to do a quick video talking about sending expiration emails via a workflow. And this comes from a question from Nikki, who says she works for a client who 3 people's jobs are to sell courses. Then the course is delivered and the teacher provides when certain people pass a lesson, an exam, their course expires in 2 years' time. So they want to send a email based on course expiration 3 months before the email, right? So multiple ways of doing it. Currently just got Zoho CRM. So possibly one of the easiest ways is to do something like Zoho subscriptions and do it through that. But if we're just going to do it through the CRM, you probably need professional or above to do this. Sorry, my dog is going to probably be crying through this because he can smell some chicken. But, so what we're going to do is, we're going to say that, let me turn my WhatsApp off, that we've got 2 dates at the minute. One is the day they pass the test, and the second is the day the certificate expires. So, what I'm going to do in this scenario is you might want to set up a full module that's just for courses, but just to make it easy and to make it understandable for everybody else, we're just going to add to the contacts a couple of fields, and then we'll play with them fields and you'll see what I mean. So I'm going to go to modules and fields. I'll probably have to delete what I've already been testing, right? I'm going to go to contacts, because within these courses, and this is really if only there's one course. If there's more than one, Nikki will have to work this out and probably put it in its own module. But this will just get your brain working on the workflow. So we're going to go to the standard module, and you're going to see probably here that I have been working on it, and I'm going to leave this one actually. So what I've done is I've got an exam passed and a reminder date, and then I've got the expiry date, right? So all I've had to do is drag a date across, drag this across, and make this exam passed, which is a date field, passed exam, and that's all I've done, right? So I've just dragged 2 across. So one is actually, this one will be expiry. Oh, it's already there. Expiry date. Let's call it expiry date because this one's already called expiry. So I'm going to remove this field, delete it permanently. What you'll see is this is a formula field. So whenever you put a date in here, this formula, so if I look at this formula, is going to go add date, and on that contact exam passed, it's going to add 2 years. So you could in theory put 19 months, and that would give us the reminder date. But we'll leave it at 2 years, and I'll show you what happens with that, right? The problem is here, so let's put expiry formula. So so we know when we're picking which one will do. So we've got the expiry date, and we've got the exam passed. These are dates, right? So when I now go to a contact, so if I go to a contact, and I pick this John Smith one, I'm going to have down here exam pass date, expiry date, right? So if we put that they passed today and save it, the formula field will tell us when the expiry date is. So 2nd of November 2023, right? The problem is when you go to a workflow, you can't choose a formula field. The formula field is kind of just a calculated field on the fly. It's not a database field. It's just working it out off of this. So if you change this to yesterday, it will change it. But this isn't a database field. So you would have to go in and put in the formula is it expires in November the 1st, 2023, right? So now we've got a formula field. I probably should have just made it a date. So I've got an exam passed and an expiry date, right? So what we want to do is send a email 3 months before the expiry to say, look, your you're going to be your certificate is about to expire. So what we're going to go is workflow rules and create a new rule from that one's in the contacts. So wherever you decide to put those fields is obviously the module you pick. We're going to pick contacts and we're going to send expiry email. It doesn't really matter, this expiry email. Oh, I've just lost my screen. Come on, there we go. I've got a problem with my laptop screen at the moment. So when we set up a new formula, what we want to do is on a date and time. I've just lost my screen again. Come on. On a date and time. Now what you'll notice is expiry date and expiry past. Right, these are the two fields. And then any other date fields within that contact. You'll see that the expiry formula isn't an option. So you could say, why don't you just put it to 19 months and then pick the expiry formula? You can't pick it, right? So there's two ways of doing this. If you don't want the expiry date, you could go from the exam passed, right? And then execute on and go to custom and go here to 19 months after, right? Done. What time do you want to do it? Let's not wake them up with a bad news too early. Let's go 12 p.m. Is that 12? 12 p.m. Yeah. Recur once. Next. All contacts. So maybe you want to, if you were tagged as students, you could do a tag. You could just go tag. And if you had a student tag, you could filter to students. But we're going to say all contacts. And we're going to send an email. We're going to create an email. Choose recipients. So we're going to say, I haven't set a template up. Expiry, email, additional recipients, choose recipient, which is going to be the email of the contact. So we're going to add that. You might want to also send it to the owner, the manager of that, not the owner's manager, the owner. So whoever's in charge of that student maybe wants to get the expiry as well. Select a template, which there isn't one. So let's just create a template. That's a while since I've done this, to be honest. So let's go blank. Let's call it expiry. It's a long time since I've done a template. Expiry, email, text in here, hello. Text. I can't remember how you do the merged fields. So you can pick out certain. Is it? Oh, here we go. If you do hashtag first name, comma, your certificate will expire on, and you could maybe you could probably pick that date. Oh, expiry. Oh, so you can actually pick the expiry formula, expiry date. Please let us know if you need to renew. Something like that. Thanks, Paul. Whatever it is, right? Save. Oh, we haven't checked. There we go. Training expiry reminder. Put a subject in there. Put something nicer than what I've put, right? So save that. Select a folder. Let's just put it in the public. And save. And... do I have to refresh? Contacts. New contact. What did I just put it in the public one? Here they go. Public. Expiry email. We're going to click it. So now we are sending it from my CRM. Can you pick current user records owner? So maybe who's in charge of that. You want to send it from their email. Save and associate. And save, right? So that will now fire. So anybody who has 19 months after their past date, they're going to receive an email, right? There's not really an easy way for me to test that, is there? But if I go back, the other way of doing it is to go here and change this to expiry date and change it to custom and go 3 months. 3 months before. Right? 3 months before. Done. And we are done, right? So now, instead of it being 19 months after the course was passed, it's 3 months before the expiry date. So then, in the contacts, I'm just going to turn that off so I don't get So hopefully that makes sense, right? So I'm going to be doing another. I'm working with Zoho Partner Team to give me the code to make the expiry date a little bit more automated, so the formula kicks in. So if anybody changes the pass date at the minute, this way we're doing it. So the problem is at the minute, if anybody changes that pass date, so say they come in and they pass maybe early for some reason. So if we go to John Smith, what happens currently with John Smith? Let's just cancel this and go to the actual record. What I'm saying is, if for some reason the exam was passed again in 3 months' time, so say they pass it again in March, they could for some reason came back and did it with somebody else, the exam pass date would change, the formula would change, but the expiry date wouldn't. So we'd manually have to change this currently on this way. But what I'm going to do is work out the formula versus in Deluge, that when this changes, this formula populates when the expiry and does the trigger as well. So it's really easy to set a trigger and how many days from that trigger to send the email, how many days before an expiry to send the email. The next video coming down the line will be to make it a little bit more automatic, in that we just have one date and that's it. So wherever you want to sit this course past, examined past, Nikki, is up to you. It really depends whether it's on the deal. The deal will go to the account, whereas I was thinking the account would have people, and that's where more than likely the contacts. So it's easier to set up a contact. If you've got more than one course, then you would probably, I think, if you've got the right version of Zoho, I think you need at least the enterprise level though for this. I didn't know what version you were playing off. I would go to modules and field and create a new module called courses and allow you to import into that module called courses and then trigger it that way. But at the minute, this is just to give you an idea of how to trigger that. And then what you would do is you would get a spreadsheet and you would import the spreadsheet, right? And it's a while since I've done an import as well. Create a contact, import contacts, right? So import contacts. So whoever's doing the teaching would have a list. And maybe let's do this quickly, right? I'll probably do another video that's a bit more organized than this. So as it's this pulled saturate secondary. Oh, so here at the end of those 3 fields, right? So what all you need is the email, chief designer. Let's delete this. So let's say there's the account ID. I don't think you need this. You need the vendor name. You need the email and a name probably. Let's just go email, right? So let's say this is your teacher. I'm going to get rid of all these. I'm going to get to here, delete, contact ID. You probably won't know it unless you've had a download. A first name, last name, email, account name. That's if you know the company. And then exam passed, exam formula you won't need, an expiry date. So say this is your teacher, and let's go to a contact and say, let's go here. So Paul Nicholson's text. This is my email, so I'm just going to copy this. And you'll see that the courses, nothing's in there. But if I go here, email, paste in that email, say the exam pass date was, you have to remember the form, you have to get the right formula, right? So let's say 1st of the 1st, 2021. Let's say the expiry is 1st of the 1st, 2023. Have I got a first name and last name in this? Oh, where am I going? Enter contact owner. Contact. Yeah, there's probably no name on this, right? Vendor name, contact name, Paul Nicholson's text. This is actually last name. Let's edit this. So last name. Let's do it properly, right? So you would have this, Nicholson. Do first name, Paul. Save. So on your sheet, you have Nicholson, Paul. Oh, if I could spell my own name. If you know the business they work for, you would add it, but it needs to be spelled exactly correct. Save this. So then your teacher would send this spreadsheet to whoever's going to import it in. Now, there is ways to sync the spreadsheet with Zoho CRM, but that's again, it's a third-party plugin that every time something's edited, it will sync. That's another video if you want to go down that route. But at the minute, we're going to have a spreadsheet with our information and we're going to save it and send it. So if I close that, now when I go to contacts and I go import contacts, I'm going to add my spreadsheet. Download sample spreadsheet. We're going to go next. Choose layout. It's the standard one. Doesn't really matter. What do you want to do? So we want to add, update existing contacts only. You may not want to add new contacts, or you may want to. Field existing contact base is the email. Don't update empty values for existing contacts. So you might not want to do that, but I'm just going to jump through this. So first name is the database field. First name. Why is it not? Account, first name. So you're going to map it out. Last name. Once you've done it once, it'll remember the next time you do it. Last name, account name, we don't know. Account name is account name, but we haven't filled it in. Email is email. And exam past date is exam past. Exam expiry date is exam expiry date. So, it gives you the formula here. It has been a while. So, yeah, day, month, that's fine. That is how we are set out, right? When I go here, next. Oh, sorry, some fields have selected do not correctly chosen data format. Which one? What's up with you? Wait, Paul. That one's all right. Account. Oh, this one. This one's not happy. What's the date field look like? Oh, 101, 2023. What's wrong with that? Why are you not happy? Date, month, yeah. It says there it's happy. But it is in red, so. Account name. Let's just leave that as none. Some of the fields I've selected do not have correctly preview data. Am I doing something crazily, annoyingly wrong here? Oh, I tell you why. Because that expiry date is, yes, here we go. Is going to be date, month, year. So it is probably. Have we not got the option to go year, month, day, month, year. Oh man. Here we go. Month, day, hour, minutes. This one. No, we want to go DD, MM. Oh yeah, that one. That one. You're happy now? Yeah, we go. So I've not set the expiry. It's looking for hours and minutes. We're gonna go yes. So this is something we need to tick as well, because when this is updated, we want to trigger automation processes. So that's obviously the things we set up. Your input has been scheduled. Shouldn't take too long. It's only one record. Testeroo. Is this one right? Let's just wait for the email. There we go. Contacts imported successfully. Oh, yep, I've just got a beep on my phone. If I refresh, am I on the right field? Oh no, this is the wrong field. This is the wrong test account. It was this one. So now we're hoping that there's an expiry. Here we go, exam passed. The expiry date didn't quite work because I prattled about that date, didn't I? But hopefully you can see all your teacher will have to do is really provide email address, date was passed, and expiry date if you want to do that. But see how the formula field works? The next step for everybody else watching is I'm going to get Zoho to give me the formula to make that automatically trigger, because there's different dates that you might want to make a formula of, isn't there? It might be an annual, it might work out if it's this product, then make it this, or you might have another field that's how many years is this product for? It might be 3, so this date's a year on. They bought an extra year's warranty. So we're going to be doing all sorts of videos like that coming forward. Anybody watching, leave a comment below. I know this was a bit scatty. This is why it's on the second channel, not the main one. But hopefully, Nikki, this helps you out and gives you an idea. So you're looking for somewhere to put your course data, or we have a full module to list all courses, but the teacher is going to do a spreadsheet that we're going to import into that place to populate that field. Then that field, depending on the date, come on, triggers, if you go setup, workflows, sets off that workflow. This one was left at 3 months before the expiry date, or we could change it to the exam pass date. Custom, because the next workflow might be 2 years after, or 24 months after. And just say, this might be a one, right? Just to let you know your certificate has expired. Please get in touch if you want to renew or book in your exam. Hopefully that helped. pnuk.com/Zoho CRM for any for free training. Any questions, fire below. As I say, I know this was scatty, but we're going to be getting through a lot of these funky custom questions and doing a lot more videos like this. Cheers.